A Green Beret is about to be kicked out of the Army. His offense, beating up an Afghan police commander who used a young boy as a sex slave. The Blaze reports that Sergeant First Class Charles Maitland and his team leader confronted the police commander. He says the commander admitted to repeatedly raping the child and laughed it off. Maitland says he body slammed the man to the ground several times and kicked him in the ribs. The beating lasted about 5 minutes until the man ran away. And now Maitland faces military justice and involuntary separation from the Army. Joining us for more is retired Army General Jerry Boykin, now of the Family Research Council. General, what's your opinion? Should this soldier be kicked out for taking matters into his own hands?
Well, I think you know my answer to that. He should be held up as a hero. This is a man that took action when action needed to be taken. So I consider this sergeant to be a real hero.
Well, members of the U.S. military have said that they are told to look the other way because men having sex with boys is part of the culture in Afghanistan. Have you heard about this unofficial policy?
I have heard about it, and I've never heard of anything any more disgusting with regards to our military. I'll tell you what, the commanders that are responsible for allowing a policy like this to be implemented, those commanders who are responsible for troops that they're telling to ignore the screams of a child that's being sexually abused, should be held accountable. And as far as I am concerned, there's not a commander that is aware of this that is worth being called a commissioned officer in the United States Army. They should be punished for allowing this kind of thing to go on from my perspective.
Why should our soldiers fight alongside pedophiles in defense of a society that allows it?
Well, they shouldn't. I mean, the short answer is they shouldn't. Look, think about this. We are actually creating an environment that is permitting this kind of behavior. What does it mean to be an American anymore? We bring to the battle, we bring our values, and this nonsense about, well, it's their culture, we can't impose our values on them. Oh, really? How about all the money that we've spent? How about the lives, the blood and treasure that's been spent trying to give these people an opportunity for the future? And don't tell me, as a 36-and-a-half-year veteran of the armed services, that we don't bring our values to the fight. That's exactly what we should be doing. And I believe that this whole situation is one of the most egregious, disgusting things that I've heard of from our military under the Obama administration.
Amazing. General, what does it do to the morale of our soldiers, not only being told not to interfere, but seeing a fellow soldier being kicked out for defending a defenseless young boy?
To begin with, would you or anybody else want to be the person that had to walk away from a situation like that and hear the screams of that kid in your mind for the rest of your life? No, of course not. It destroys the morale of our people. Our people know what it means to be Americans. Our people on the ground there, these sergeants, these young officers, they're there because they're proud to be Americans. But when they walk away from something that is so obviously a disgusting act of barbarism, in fact, something that's condemned by the Quran, something that's punishable by death if you are a Muslim, it's incredible that we would expect them to survive in that environment and have any kind of normal life in the future. It destroys their morale.
Absolutely. General, what can our viewers do to help Sergeant Maitland?
Well, to begin with, start calling your congressman. Let not only Duncan Hunter, who is the congressman from California that's supporting him and trying to help him through this, but call your own individual member of Congress, particularly those that are on the Armed Services Committee, and demand that the chain of command of the U.S. military be held accountable for this kind of nonsense, and furthermore, demand that this sergeant be allowed to stay in the military.
General Jerry Boykin, thank you so much for joining us and for your insight, sir.
Thank you.